Hey guys and girls, Steve Ferguson here, your modern mortgage loan advisor, here talking about the state of Texas and veterans in the state of Texas. First of all, if you're a veteran, thank you so very much for your service. You're near and dear to my heart. Thank you for all that you do. I'm a prior service veteran as well. Love working with veterans, and you guys don't get enough credit for the things that you guys have to go through. So thank you for all that you do. Now, this video today is all about VA and helping our veterans in the state of Texas qualify for mortgage loans. We're going to go over Texas Veteran Land Board and then traditional VA mortgage loans and then VA Streamline Refinances as well. We're going to cover all three today in this video to give you a good, clear indication of what's available for you as a veteran in the state of Texas. But before we get started, please do me a favor, like or subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys. This channel is all about helping you guys get educated and get you where you want to go. So please feel free to share this video with your friends and family. Again, like or subscribe, drop comments, ask questions. I love that, and I'm happy to help answer those questions directly to you when you post them. All right, let's get started. So let's talk about Texas Veteran Land Board as an example. So the Land Board, there's a couple different things that the Veteran Land Board does. Number one, it is designed to give mortgage loans with to people who served in the military in the state of Texas. Now, rules for Texas Veteran Land Board: you must have served in the state for a very specific period of time. You must be able to qualify for that rider. The Texas Veteran Land Board itself can be placed on a couple different loan products, but generally it's placed on a VA loan. And you get low interest rates on Texas Veteran Land Board usually. And I say usually because the rates don't change as often as they do for like a VA loan. And they do charge a 1% participation and a 1% origination fee to participate with the Texas Veteran Land Board interest rate. But generally speaking, the TVLB interest rate will be lower than a traditional VA loan. Now, my favorite product for the Texas Veteran Land Board loan is raw land. From a veteran's perspective, there's really no better land loan out there. It's a 30-year fixed mortgage. It's not an adjustable rate. It goes up to $150,000. So if you were trying to buy a lot and trying to get 5 acres of land or whatever it may be, if you went to a normal bank and tried to get a normal land loan, you're talking 20% down, an adjustable rate mortgage, 5-year fixed rate. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen there. Whereas with Texas Veteran Land Board, it's just like a normal mortgage. It's fantastic. Very low down payment as well. So big fan of Texas Veteran Land Board and what it has to offer for our people that served in the state of Texas. Now, if you're a veteran in general, you can qualify for a VA loan, which is 100% financing. If you're a veteran watching this, you probably already know that. But the cool thing about VA loans is there's no debt to income ratio requirements. So it doesn't really matter how much debt you carry on VA. It cares about how much residual income you have. So if you have $1 million a year in income and you've got $800,000 a year in debt, that's an 80% debt to income ratio. You can still qualify for a VA loan if you have enough residual income. The other cool thing about VA is you don't just have to use it one time. When we pull what's called your certificate of eligibility, that's the document the VA provides to you to tell you how much eligibility you have left, it's very plausible you could buy 2 homes using a VA loan. And so you may qualify for less of a purchase price depending on the eligibility that's left, but we can figure that math for you on our side and tell you exactly what you would qualify for. So that's really neat as well. And the other thing that's cool about VA recently is there is no income cap, no loan amount cap on a VA loan. So if you qualify for a $2 million purchase price on a VA loan, you can do a VA loan at 100% financing, which is really nice. So there's some really cool features on VA right now that have not always been around. The other really cool thing is if you have any VA disability whatsoever, if it's as low as 10%, the VA funding fee is waived. So that saves you money. So speaking of VA funding fee, you have the first use VA funding fee and you have subsequent use VA funding fees. And as you use VA more often, the funding fee gets a little more expensive. And so it's important to know those things as you move into your mortgage loan. That's something your loan officer can help you with. And since you're in the state of Texas watching this video, I can help you anywhere in the state and we can go over those numbers with you specifically and get you some real life and real world scenarios regarding those things. So VAs for veterans can be National Guard, Navy, Coast Guard, any of those things as long as it qualifies under the VA statutes. 100% financing, no mortgage insurance. You will have a VA funding fee if you don't have any VA disability. No limit on what you can qualify for as long as your debt to income ratios or your income allows for it. You can be enlisted, you can be officer, you can be warrant officer, none of that matters as long as you have the benefits to qualify for a VA mortgage loan, and your certificate of eligibility is going to tell us that information. Now, VA can be used to purchase a home. Texas Veteran Land Board can be used to purchase a home or land. And then your VA Streamline Refinance, which is your VA IRRRL. I always get the third R. I want to make sure we get it in there. L is a VA to VA refinance. So let's say you have a VA loan now, and you're wanting to refinance and get a little better interest rate into another VA loan. Well, first of all, the funding fee is reduced to 0.5%. So that's really nice. You can do it with appraisal, which means you can order an appraisal on the property, or you can do it without an appraisal, which means you may be paying some of your closing costs out of pocket. There's an algorithm for that. So you may be able to roll them in, you may not be able to, but you can choose to do it without an appraisal. That way, if your home value has reduced, you're not affected on that from a mortgage loan perspective. You can do it with qualifying, like with credit qualifying. So we look at your credit, and you can do it without credit qualifying. So if you're concerned about your credit scores, we can do things where it's just looking at specific items and the value of the home in order to get you refinanced on a VA Streamline refinance. So it lowers your closing costs. It speeds up the process. Again, some of them don't require an appraisal. And it allows you to use the appraised value of the property as long as you've made a certain number of payments on your property. Generally, that's 6 payments. So for example, or a certain number of days. If you closed in January, you would skip February's payment. Your first payment would be March. So that's your first payment. So March, April, May, June, July, August. So that's 6 payments. That's what it's looking for to make sure that you made at least 6 payments and been in the house for a period of, I believe it's 210 days. Then you can refinance and you can use appraised value to get that done. Now, with the reduced VA funding fee, which is a very nice thing to have, and the flexibility of choosing the way that you want to do your refinance with appraisal, without appraisal, with credit qualifying, without credit qualifying. So a lot of flexibility there. Now, there are rules that there has to be net tangible benefits on a VA to VA Streamline refinance. What that means is the amount of money you're saving per month on the refinance, let's just assume it's $100 a month. The closing costs on the refinance must be made whole within a 3-year period of time based on your savings. So what that means is if I save $100 a month because I'm doing the refinance, in 3 years I will have saved $3,600, right? That's 36 months. So my closing costs cannot exceed $3,600 to qualify for the VA Streamline. Okay, that's called a net tangible benefit with a break even of less than 3 years. So that is something VA Streamlines definitely want. They're definitely looking for. And the way that they're calculating it is based on a principal and interest savings, not on taxes and insurance. So details you got to have, right? Very important. So once again, we have VA, which is traditional financing, 100% purchase. Texas Veteran Land Board, raw land, bulk land, purchase for the state of Texas only. And VA Streamline, which is VA to VA refinances that benefits you as a veteran to save money, make it more convenient, a little more efficient, and be a little more flexible on what you're going to provide in order to get that refinance done. Now, if we're in a position where you're concerned, you're not sure if you qualify, I can walk you guys through exactly how to figure these things out. I can show you how to pull your certificate of eligibility, which is on the va.gov website. We can verify that there's enough eligibility there for you. We can make sure that you're going to qualify and what the interest rates look like, credit scores, etc. And that way you have a very good understanding of how much money you can potentially save per month on a refinance or how much money you can afford in a monthly payment if you're going for a purchase. Both of those things are easy to accomplish via my loan application, which is in the comments below. My website is there. It's stevefergusonteam.com. And you click on the Apply Now section, and literally in about 15 minutes, you're going to be done. And then we're going to have that loan application completed for you in 1 business day. And we're going to go over it for you. We're going to review it. We're going to go over the questions that you ask. We're going to have a phone call conversation. We're going to make sure that you are set up for success and you have all the answers that you need so that you and your family are ready to rock and roll on whatever you're deciding to do, whether it be a purchase or a refinance or raw land and you want to build a house. Those things are also available to you. So I hope this was good information for you. I hope that you got what you needed out of this. I tried to keep it kind of surface level, but I wanted you to have a very clear understanding of what's available for veterans. And it's important to take advantage of it. 100% financing, great opportunities for refinancing. This is the time that you'd want to move forward and get these things taken care of, save money on interest rates, and put yourself in a better financial assistant. I'm tongue-tied. Put yourself in a better financial position. There we go. So that way you and your family can enjoy life a little bit better. Well, guys, I really appreciate you tuning in today. Don't forget to like or to subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.